way that underfloor heating might have been laid 10 or 20 years ago has evolved.
If there's progress, there's an alternative to radiators.
It heats up really quickly.
There's an eco element to it, which we've all got to think about.
If you're looking for ways to save energy, it is pretty much a no-brainer. The first time I came across underfloor heating was going to a friend's house, and they had this beautiful kitchen, and there was just this heavenly heat emanating from the floor. And it just made absolute sense that if we're pulling out the floor, knocking down walls, this is a brilliant chance to get underfloor heating.
I've had a vision of underfloor heating involving some massive pipes being installed and workmen digging down into the foundations of the house, when in actual fact it was laid almost as like a piece of flooring, really, underneath the flooring. It was nothing like as dramatic or disruptive as I thought it was going to be.
Having the kitchen done was a definite, but actually we thought while we're at it, we might as well expand it out. And we ran it all the way through the hall and into the downstairs cloakroom in the space of, it was not much more than a day. You don't actually need to be knocking down a complete room to get the underfloor heating. Underfloor heating now, you can actually have laid over the floor that you've already got. It heats up really quickly. I mean, literally, if I suddenly decide to put the underfloor heating on because I'm feeling a bit chilled, within an hour, you can feel the heat emanating. And I think a lot of people had thought it's going to take hours for you to feel the heat, but because there's not much between the tiles and the actual hot water pipes, the heat up is pretty instant. We probably live more in this space than anywhere else in the house now. I mean, Clive often works at the table here. I'm cooking, we've got friends around standing, chatting at the bar.
It's just a lovely place to be. Probably taking the radiators out that we realised what cumbersome eyesores they were.
From a design point of view, I can't see anywhere where a radiator would look particularly nice, and we've literally freed up space where we've utilised every corner as we want to without feeling we've got to squeeze a radiator in here.
The benefits are so contemporary, and I think there's an eco element to it, which we've all got to think about.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. You don't need as much heat to heat up the water underneath the floor. I'm expecting to see a decrease in energy bills, especially now we've got this Wunda Smart system, which is in every single room in the house, which means we can independently control each room, no matter how many rooms you have in the house. And for the radiators throughout the rest of the house, what we've done there is we've got the thermostat which you can attach to each individual radiator. But what makes it different from many others is that in each room there's a thermostat, but it's not sat on the radiator. So you get a really accurate reflection of the temperature of the room.
But it's the precision, really. The control is key.
If you're looking for ways to save energy, it is pretty much a no-brainer.
And so it's not just a question of helping to save the planet, it's helping to save your bank account too.
This is all guaranteed. If we have any problems at all, we can pick the phone up. There's not many companies that you can ring up and you have a really friendly, helpful human being at the other end of the line.
Radiators have become just a given in life. And the radiator was the 20th century's equivalent of the fireside. And if you were cold, you moved a bit closer to the fire once upon a time. If you were cold, you moved closer to the radiator. We've all seen people sitting on radiators in order to try to warm up. Radiators don't convey a consistent amount of warmth, certainly through a room of this size. Underfloor heating does. It's something that seemed like a luxury, but in actual fact is just a practicality.